All right. I thought today was a really good practice. Challenged our guys, after last Tuesday, how you come off a scrimmage. And I thought, going back, watching the scrimmage, it was good to see, a lot of the progress, the steps that are being taken, defensively, as we went back and watched it. I mean, there's a lot of great, explosive plays that were being made, created some negative plays. We're able to get some takeaways offensively. You go back and watching the film, there's a lot of situational things that went well. It's probably one of our best scrimmages there on third down situations, being able to, but the negatives really hurt us throughout, and weren't able to sustain with the first offense. What we want, to be able to go, and that didn't allow the explosive play with the first group. I thought the second group, they were able to do that at a much higher rate, and and that's something that we're playing a lot of guys in that second group there defensively. It's getting some great reps, great opportunities, and then to see them come out today, the challenge off of last week. Last Tuesday was probably the least intense practice that we've had. I thought they responded well Thursday, responded well in the scrimmage, but today, I didn't think we were lacking any intensity. You put in some situational work, some last play, things there at the end of practice. I thought offensively, I started off really well, early in practice. I thought defense definitely responded. We got a lot of red zone, and like I said, different situations that I thought all in all was a really good day. Some guys that are getting more reps as the spring's kind of going through, and just trying to bring them all along.
Questions?
You've called Jared Jackson an X factor before. I mean, is he getting ready to maybe be more consistent sort of factor right now?
Yeah, I think he's someone with his size, his athleticism, the strength that he has. I mean, he's got an opportunity to really, be a big impact for us. And I think we've seen some very positive strides here this spring. He was limited there early. As he's kind of got to the back part of it, he's definitely making his presence felt. You're seeing growth, you're seeing that development, and so I'm excited about what he brings to that group. I think it's probably one of the deepest groups we have on the team, looking at that defensive tackle position, and really excited about the young guys. But seeing Jared and his confidence that he's building, I think he's got a huge upside, and we're starting to see that consistency really showing up.
We saw Jamie make a handful of plays today. I guess what's he doing to kind of ascend to keep moving in the
I think Jamie's had a really good spring throughout this, the off-season program. You see the ownership of responsibility, and when you're a first-team all-conference player, there's high expectations, and I've seen a much more mature. I mean, the growth of being in a program for 2 years, and really the confidence in when you're new, sometimes you're a little hesitant on what you want to say or what you're going to do, and you see that maturity just of time within the program, and the ownership of what he brings. And he's been limited this probably the last week and a half, 2 weeks, and today we got him out there and got more work out of him, and he definitely was flying all around the field. Pass game, run game. I mean, he definitely had to let his presence be felt, and I'm really excited about where he's going and what he can mean to not only the defense but this football team as he continues to take those steps. But really pleased with his overall development.
Have you seen enough out of Hakeem in these last 2 weeks to where it's not just flashes?
Hakeem's playing really good ball. I mean, it's he had a couple great plays again today. It's that consistency and confidence that has to show up. Whether it's in communication, whether it's just the anticipation of what's about to occur. But I mean, you look at what he did in the scrimmage. I mean, he's a playmaker, and I mean that's something that he's playing as confident as he's ever been here at Florida State, and it's exciting to see that growth.
Mike, with the offensive line, there are a lot of new guys in there, maybe working and reshuffling, working with a team that they hadn't been. How much of that is maybe guys not being available, and how much is that giving these guys a chance?
It's a mix. I mean, we've got some guys that are very limited. You know, we've had a couple guys that we're working through working through things just in their availability. So it gives us kind of a forced opportunity to look at different options. We've tried to do that throughout the course of the spring. We've got some newcomers like with Bless, with Caden, that we don't want to put too much on too quick. And those guys are experienced players, but it's still a whole new language. And there's probably some things we would do day-to-day shuffling that we will get to, and I don't want to slow their progress of what I've seen. And then you take some of the newcomers. I mean, you've got three guys that just started. Just started here this spring, and so trying to bring them along, and I've seen some great strides from some of those young offensive linemen and guys that have been here that we've moved around to different positions just to try to get that best group. And I'm excited about their development, but we're still looking for that consistency, and that's hard when you have guys that are in and out in availability. But it's definitely coming.
How much has DJ improved in DJ Lundy improved in terms of like pass coverage? It seems like he's more in phase.
He's definitely moving much better, and he's taking real ownership in his flexibility, making sure that trying to have trying to do a really good job with his weight, his strength conditioning, all those things that that you're seeing that the conditioning level get better, but also just his overall movements and explosiveness. He's always been a hard hitter. And that's but now you're seeing that game really be able to expand to being better in coverage, being able to be in phase, and a lot of, and that's also some just in confidence of what you're being asked to do as well. As he's grown and as he's been put in this defense and the things that he's being asked to do, understanding the techniques, understanding what he's trying to take away, that he's playing much faster in those situations and the reactions off of it.
Defense overall, have you seen a growth in the defense throughout the spring?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're playing like how we need them to play, and you have a lot of production returning. I think the newcomers that we brought in I think they're exceptional. I really do. You look at every guy that we brought in on that side, I believe is going to be a great impact, and you're seeing the development. You take the linebacker. Right now we got of guys that played. You got Amari, Kalen, DJ that played a lot of snaps this last year, and then you throw Tatum into that mix, and all those guys got better. And Tatum's, just the playmaker that he is, what that brings linebacker. Omar Graham is coming in competing. Steven Dix, that's really working. I think is moving better. And looking at some other young guys that maybe change positions. There to linebacker is, and then they're taking proper steps. But you see that growth. And we talked about the defensive front, and we talked about them a lot throughout spring practice. That has to be a stronghold for this defense, and with all the guys in the back end, and being able to add some really good young guys, and I think Grady's done a really nice job as a newcomer in the defense. There's so much competition, but what I like the energy, I like the encouragement, I like the steps that are being taken in their communication, and it's just that mindset of how we need to play, and I think you're seeing those strides throughout the course of spring.
Format for the spring game, have you decided how you're going to approach the spring game?
I have. It's going to be very similar. It's going to be offensive defense setup. We're not going to break into two teams, separate teams, but it's going to be an offense defense setup. We're going to get good on good work, and we'll break it up. It's going to be very similar to last year. So we're going to be game situation in how we operate, how we flow, and then we'll have some fun things that we're going to do.
Anything else?
Is Darius Washington a guy you plan on having available for Saturday or during off-season workout?
Yes, not. We'll see where it's out at here this week, but you definitely you guys get bumps and bruises throughout, and so we'll see where that goes. He'll probably be out for the Saturday, but we'll definitely have him back as we get rolling here this summer.
Mike, we asked you about, Winston a couple of weeks ago. Is he in town now? Is he able to be
Yeah,
around?
he is. He's been in meetings. He's been, you know, doing a really good job. You know, just continuing on his rehab. Excited about, you know, just having him here. And you know, but he's in there. He's make sure he's getting his mental reps. You know, it's like I said. I know I stressed just how grateful I was, and the day that he got back into Tallahassee, and it was a real joy. And I think it got one day to get settled, and then all of a sudden there he was, you know, back in meetings, learning, and you know, he's excited about his return as well.
The wide receiver room was
Last one.
The wide receiver room was a big priority. It seemed like in this offseason. Do you feel like all these guys have come in and are performing where you need them to be, or are they still taking time to integrate?
No, I think they've done a really nice job. I think that you see the playmaking ability. You know, it's the details that just need the continued repetition. And we ask our receivers to do quite a bit. And you know, there's a lot of conceptual learning. There's a lot of the details of you know, adjustments that could happen, you know, play in and play out. But you know, the guys are really smart. They work really hard. They have great skill sets, and excited to see what they're going to bring as we continue to move forward.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.